Glory. I'm on the edge of glory.
What are you singing?
Edge of Glory.
That's the Lady Gaga song?
Is that how you pronounce her name?
Lady Gaga?
I thought it was a Gaga.
It might be a Gaga.
Gaga.
So, welcome to Going the Distance, the Rocky Series podcast. I am Ryan, and with me to my right is Ruban, and with us again, special guest host Andrew. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. You're welcome for being here.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So, a little bit behind the curtain here, we were going to do a second recording. Well, we are doing a second recording right after the one we just did. And Ruben was hoping that he could jump in live during the recording, but he surprised us all the same during the setup of this episode. So
I got off work early and I wanted to join the boys.
Yeah, well, we're happy to have you here, Ruben. Truly, it's a pleasure and honor to have you here.
I called my wife and I said, "Hey, I got off work early." She's like, "Oh, that's so great. It's nice to have you home." And I said, "Well, I'm going to be driving to my brother's house." And she's like, "Oh, okay." That's good. That's good.
Well, we're happy to have you here, Rube.
Yeah.
So last episode, so I'm just setting up over here so we can see if anyone's going to say
Yeah,
hi
so
to
what
us.
did we cover last?
We did the flashback at Mighty Mix,
Okay.
right? So sort of the tail end of the Stallone, or sorry, the Balboa family losing all their stuff.
Uh-huh.
Rocky hitting a low point.
Is it the Mickey's...
You missed the Mickey scene.
Yeah,
So
Mickey scene.
the Mickey scene is the reason why you're involved, because once we're talking the Rocky podcast, you brought up the Mickey scene.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I got some inside scoop on that. Mm-hmm. And I said, well,
Is that your theory that you're talking about, the cufflink? Was that what?
No, remember, and you actually you elaborated and you posted the interview with Customato. So it was Cuss and Mike, and a lot of the dialogue that Stallone wrote in there was it was almost like verbatim for what Cuss had said. And Mickey was, we were talking about before that past episode, is the inspirations.
Yes.
And I really felt that there was a few people that were inspiration for Mickey, but I think that Cuss was one of the inspirations for
Yeah, okay,
that
so you're absolutely right. So I knew when we were watching that Mickey scene, we talked about the Mike Tyson coach. How do you say his name again?
Customato.
Customato? Mm-hmm. And I was like, it was you. It was our discussion. So to go back and listen to episode, whatever it was,
101.
Oh. There you go. The guest remembers the episode he was on. So episode 101, where we'd give some insight as to Stallone and what he was influenced with the speech, some of it word for word verbatim. We actually inserted the audio clip of that. But that scene, Ruben, we talked about how that scene is the most powerful, in our opinion, the most powerful scene in the Rocky franchise.
I'm glad I was able to miss it.
Yeah.
However, we did have some more listeners than you might have imagined.
Oh.
Because at work I put on the screen, I said, "Hi guys," or whatever.
Yeah.
But what I forgot to do was mute it. I'm like, why is somebody talking so loud?
Oh no.
And I was like, that sounds like my brother. And they're like, oh crap. And so I had to close the window. But yeah, you guys were being broadcast at work.
We're nothing but gracious and clean. Nothing that would have offended a young child event center.
The background music was Adele, "Rolling in the Deep."
Wow.
Yes.
What do you call crumbs that fall on Adele?
Trebek, "Rolling in the Deep."
Yeah, what is rolling in the deep?
What is "Rolling in the Deep"?
I just came up with that. It's pretty good. The scene that we just left off was George Washington Duke called Adrian to again try to shame her and convince her to get Rocky to fight. Saying, you guys are living like bums now. Try living like human beings. And she goes, we are human beings. You should try being one. She hung up on him. And he says the famous line, woman. Mm-hmm. So that's where we left off.
Wouldn't he be a great guy to have interviewed?
I wish we could interview... Whoa, would you know? I interviewed Richard Gant.
Holy crap.
The actor who played... Again, if you listen to this episode and you haven't, for whatever reason, listened to my episode with Richard Gant, who plays George Washington Duke, I think it's episode 105. Go listen to that interview. It's really good. Have you heard it yet?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a very good interview.
Okay.
Quite frankly, it's a 5-star interview.
Oh,
It was like,
Yeah.
I made a point to say, like, I just was really impressed with the interview. You know, some people just kind of dawdle around with these really hokey pokey questions, but yeah, asked him some really good stuff, and he talked about some really cool things.
Thank you.
It was a cool guy.
Ryan has increased his ability as a podcaster. No, seriously.
No, I'm listening. I'm just
No,
like,
last time we podcasted together was for our other podcast, Versus the Best. And I came home, I was like, yeah, Ryan was in the zone. It was awesome. I just sat back and, yeah, he drove the bus. It was great. It was great. But I'm telling you.
Okay.
But other ways that you can tell us is on iTunes. Leave a review there, Google, or on Facebook.
Yes, thank you, Ruben. Yeah, please leave us a review. It's a lot of work to do these podcasts, so it shows us a little bit of love. By liking the video right now, thank you to those who've done it. It actually spreads the love. So thank you for liking our videos. And
being a human. Like Duke is saying.
Yeah, be human. Live like a human being, would you?
Yeah, would you? Jeez.
When'd you start that?
So Robert, Rocky Jr.'s asked Rocky when did he start smoking. And of course, Paulie is smoking right next to him as well.
And drinking.
And drinking. And reading the newspaper.
Hey, man, you gotta be informed.
Well, Paulie's always following the stocks and sports. I think that's what he does.
Mm-hmm. And the ponies.
Yeah, gambling. He's always gambling.
The ponies.
So you wanted to mention here something about the car.
Oh yeah, that's a Chevy Nova. I used to own one. It's like basically my favorite car is a '69 Chevy Nova. I used to own one, and it's my mission in life to own one again when the time is right. That's the first thing that pops up when I see the scene. Is it's got the hood scoop in there, and it's
what does that do? What does that hood scoop do?
Oh, it adds horsepower.
Air intake.
Does it really?
It theoretically does. Essentially, it brings like less warm, filthy air into the engine.
Okay.
Yeah, if you were to really do it properly, it does. It actually adds a considerable amount of horsepower. But
how much would one of those go for? What do you need to set aside?
If I want to get a Nova in relatively decent condition, probably 10 grand.
All right.
Well, okay.
That will need about 10 grand worth of work.
All right, so about 20 G's.
20 G's.
So do you think
if anybody wants to set up a GoFundMe page for Andrew?
Oh, please do it.
Wow, a Supernova GoFundMe. The beauty of GoFundMe is there is no rules. You can have any reason. It's the freedom of GoFundMe. I believe. As long as it's not illegal, of course. Like, go fund the execution of my wife. My understanding is, like, I've seen or heard of girls who've done it for breast augmentation.
Well, maybe I should do it for my hair transplants.
For your breast augmentation?
No, hair transplants. No, my breasts are natural.
Oh, wow. They look fantastic.
Thanks, brother.
So you can get plugs.
Yeah. Let's plug me getting plugs.
Yeah. Speaking of plugs.
Hey, let's not get selfish. We're working on my Nova first. When we get that down, then we can talk about
Ruben will get plugs. Andrew will get a Nova. What do I want? Implants for my wife. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Here we go. What did you start smoking, Dad?
I don't know. It's like a bad habit to come back. But hey, listen. We ain't talking about me. We're talking about you, right?
Hey, Rocky, how you doing, man?
How you doing?
Good to see you back in the neighborhood.
Thank you. Great to be back. You know, you're real smart in school.
It's good to see that you're poor.
You gotta be smart on the street, too.
So this little sequence that's coming up here is, I love how I was like, hey, good to see you back in the neighborhood. Why would you really say that? It'd be like, let's say Stallone moved in next door. Hey, Stallone, it's good to see you lost all your hundreds of millions of dollars. You're living in the house next to mine that I pay, mortgage for.
Yeah.
Like, why would you say that to a celebrity? Is he really that much of a fixture of the neighborhood that they're happy to have him back like that?
Well, he seems like just the guy that everybody knows, but he's not friends with anybody.
Yeah.
Which is my existence.
I think it's kind of like it's
garbage everywhere.
Yeah, I think that Rocky was always that way, where he's the guy from the neighborhood. He even said it in the in Rocky 1 when he was like he came back to Adrian after he had walked through the Coliseum, and he's like, I can't beat him, but all I want to do is go the difference. I want to know for the first time in my life I'm not just some.
You said difference.
Oh, I want to go the distance. Sorry.
Yeah.
I want to go the different distance. I don't want to just be known just some dumb or some bum from the neighborhood.
Sure.
But that's what he was. He was just some bum from the neighborhood.
Right. Yeah.
And so now he's graduated. He's not just some bum from the neighborhood. He's Rocky from the neighborhood.
And I like that. What we're seeing here in this sequence here is he's now giving his son a little bit of street knowledge. He knows his kid is book smart. But like we said in the previous episode, Robert is silver spoon fed. He's never been uncomfortable in his life. And so now they're living in the ghetto, essentially.
He's uncomfortable now.
Yeah.
Extremely uncomfortable.
So Rocky recognizes, hey, these are the streets that I was raised in. That I know what they're like. I'm only 20 years away from this life, or 25 years away from being a kid like you are. Here's the rules of the streets. So he's going to give him some insight about how to survive the streets. Imagine having this talk with your father on the way to school. Your first day of school.
Crazy.
This is his first day of school, junior high in Philadelphia.
See?
How do you mean?
Well, you gotta know who the players are and like who you're talking to around here. Watch out for the scammers. Everybody's gonna try to scam.
Says Paulie.
Yeah. Says Paulie. Watch out for the scammers. How is you gonna get scammed at school? What's a scam they'd pull off in junior high?
I don't know.
We went to school in Gordon Head.
Yeah.
In Lambrick. What was the scam there? It's like, oh, those weren't real cross-color pants.
Yeah.
Those were knockoff cross-colors.
I got teased for wearing poor clothes, I guess. I don't know, but it's not a scam. It's being teased.
Well, when I was in Philly during my honeymoon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Did I ever tell you? We ran up the.
Yeah, your wife who's never
steps.
your wife who's never seen a Rocky film or knew who Sylvester Stallone really was ran up the Rocky steps. Cool. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, like got pictures of the statue. As well. You know, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so we're at the love sign, right? You know,
Only your brother
big,
can do that.
The big love sign that they have there, because Philly's the city of love.
City brotherly love.
Yeah. Well, I was there with a girl, but still, it was brotherly.
Right.
But a brother comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, I'll take your picture." You know.
You told the story, by the way.
No, Andrew hasn't heard it.
No, go ahead and tell. I'm just saying.
And speaking of scams, though, this is unfortunate.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
He's like, while he's holding my camera, he's like, you know, times were tough. He gives the whole speech of basically he wants to be paid. And by the way, I have your camera. What are you gonna lose out more, $5 or your camera?
So watch out for scammers.
Watch out for the scammers.
Yeah. Well, they had to go to school somewhere to learn these scams, and that's what.
That's true. Yeah.
That's they call that.
Story,
they call that one the Philly special.
Yeah.
Take your photo. Do you want your camera back?
Well, I knew that I told the scam story. I just didn't know that I mentioned running up the Rocky steps.
Say that again, Rube. Sorry. Say that again.
I was just saying that I knew that I told the scam story.
Okay.
But I wasn't sure that I mentioned that we ran up the Rocky
you
steps.
mentioned you ran up the Rocky. I'll be doing it sooner than you think.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Bud said here that I guess for a scam, he's saying pretend that your friend and they are not. What? Pretend that your friend and they are not your friends.
Yeah, pretend they're your friend and they are not. That's a scam to get your coat.
Okay. Oh, I see. Steal the coat. That's coming up. Okay, roger that, Bud. All right. Yeah, we're not going to cover the coat scam yet, but yeah, Rocky Jr. gets his coat taken away. Yeah. All right. Let's keep hearing this street advice here.
What's a scam?
Ask your father. Well, the scam is like a hustle. You don't get it. Well, you know, like a hustle's related
Rocky?
to... Yeah.
Rocky, remember me? I'm Bubba's mother.
Oh, yeah.
You used to use his head for a punching bag.
Yeah, he had a nice head.
Welcome back.
Anyway, like a hustle...
Hey, pause.
Yeah, of course. Sorry.
So, a fun fact: when Ryan was Robert's age, what was your nickname?
Yeah, my nickname was Bubby, but some people call me Bubba for short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like you.
Yeah, no, that's good. I missed that. Yeah, my nickname growing up in junior high and high school was Bubby. And people did call me Bubba as well, so I don't think she was my mom, this lady. Sorry, I went back a little bit farther than I anticipated. Anything, guys, you want to talk about one way to catch up where we were?
I call my son Bubba.
There you go.
Oh,
That's his nickname.
Very good.
I pray that no one uses his head as a punching bag.
Just Rocky did.
Yeah.
Not even Rocky can. I hope that he will have the skills to defend himself by that
Use his
time.
head for a punching bag.
Yeah, he had a nice head.
Welcome back.
Anyway, like a hustle's related to a con, you know. You don't get it.
A deception.
Excuse me?
You're saying be aware of deceptions.
Yeah, that's good. Absolutely. You're very smart, you know. Hey.
Paulie kept saying he doesn't get it. And he's like, you mean deceptions? And Rocky's like, yeah, that's a good word. So Rocky recognizes that Robert is obviously quite smart, but he's worried for his safety.
Sure. He's not street smart.
Hey, thanks, Richard. Richard just chimed in and said, you guys are awesome. Thanks for the podcast. Hey, you're welcome, Richard. We do this for you. So what language is this over here? You got the Khmer market?
That looks like it's a Sanskrit.
Oh. Is that what this referred to?
Like, you know, Middle Eastern, so yeah, that's probably like a Middle Eastern market.
Looks like it might be closed or out of business.
I think everything there is closed.
Ain't this where the atomic hoagie shop used to be?
Oh, there you go. So Rocky's just saying we're looking at this market called Khmer Market, and the atomic hoagie shop used to be there, which is probably true. There probably was something like that there. So when they went back,
I think in the first one, that's where Marie is on the steps of the atomic hoagie place, right?
Okay.
Little Marie.
Little Marie.
Do you know that Little Marie and the same actress that played Little Marie had a cameo in this film that was cut, but you could find it on YouTube?
Which
I
one?
did not
In
know
number
that.
5?
Yes.
No way.
Yeah. You just go on YouTube, Rocky V, Little Marie scene. It's the same actress. And she's on the corner still, and she ended up turned up to be a whore. So they actually showed her that she never changed.
I think the term sex worker.
Well, I just refer. No, I don't mean. Sorry, I'm saying whore as in the word that Rocky used.
Sure, yeah,
In Rocky 1.
Sure, yes.
I would never refer to anyone that...
This is the Rocky universe, everyone.
So we're speaking to the Rocky universe,
we're
not
talking
to
about
women in general.
the Rocky universe.
That's right. Yeah,
Little
she's a
Marie.
hole. Because she goes, I got to use a bad word. A hole. So, yeah, it turns out that she never left the streets. She was still hanging out with a group of people, coconut friends, and she started, like, beaking off at Rocky, getting in his face and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Marie! You little Marie from the Atomic Cookie Shop, right?
That's me, so what?
Yo, Marie! Hey, boy, you remember when she was a little girl? I can't believe it. You growing up. Hey, Marie, remember when you was really like a little walking home and was talking about getting like a bad reputation because, you know, you got to stay away from sour people. Remember?
Save it, Rock. You got any change?
I ain't got that much. You know, Marie, you're still young. You got to, like, do things the right thing. Should listen to me, man.
Yo, Rock!
All right. You guys think that's funny, you know? What'd you give? Give money to bums, you keep them bums.
We should do an episode of deleted scenes.
That's really humorous, is because they bring Little Marie back for real in Rocky Balboa,
That's right. So it wouldn't have worked as well. It wouldn't have worked as well had they kept that, because how would they have written that storyline? Because in Rocky 6, Little Marie's nice.
It's a success story.
She's nice now.
You know,
but in the
a pretty woman thing happened to her.
Yeah, but the Rocky 5 world, she was still the 12-year-old turned up to be a 30-year-old.
That's sad.
Sad, but I like that realism. It wasn't a Hollywood ending for that character. At least, but in Rocky 6, she's fine now.
I'm new here, Dad.
This neighborhood's coming down with tooth decay.
It's called Urban Blight.
Yeah? I'll tell you something, this place is blighting everywhere, you know. I think a little aluminum siding and some paint, this place could be okay again. What do you think?
It's funny that he said that. You know, with some aluminum siding and some paint, this place would be okay, because that's exactly what Paulie just said to Rocky about his place, the apartment, moments before, to make his place look okay. Aluminum siding. What's this aluminum siding?
It's the 80s. That's how, like, the aluminum siding came
Was that
out.
really a thing?
Oh, yeah. I remember watching infomercials and thinking, geez, if our place had aluminum siding.
It's a new dimension in modern living. The Reynolds House of Ease. New comfort, more leisure, and lasting beauty through the use of Reynolds aluminum. Your House of Ease means economy, too, like these interlocking aluminum shingles. They can't blow off. They reflect the sun's hot rays. They'll never rot, never warp. Aluminum siding with baked-on enamel stays good-looking permanently. Inside, you'll find aluminum ductwork for greater heating efficiency. And aluminum foil helps insulation keep your home cooler in summer, warmer in winter. So look for the House of Ease in your community. It's being featured by a leading member of the National Association of Home Builders, the group whose member builders are making homes better with aluminum. Remember, the finest products made with aluminum are made with Reynolds aluminum by the more than 600 manufacturers whose aluminum products are featured in the House of Ease.
There's a really famous movie with Richard Dreyfuss and Danny DeVito called Tin Men.
Oh, yeah.
And it's from the 60s. It's a really good movie.
What's the scoop? We got him. You're kidding. Take a look at that. Are you fucking crazy? You gave away $4,200 worth of aluminum siding free.
Sam, this is the best scam I've ever thought of in my entire life. Oh, it's in my blood, Sam. I'm brilliant. I'm brilliant. This scam is so brilliant, I'm beside myself.
What are you talking about?
All right, here it is. You go back into the house, and this is what you say.
You know, Mr. Tilly's crazy. He had a nervous breakdown.
What's that?
Oh, he has been under a lot of pressure recently, and he just snapped. I mean, it's the saddest thing you've ever seen. But let's be honest, nobody gives away $4,200 worth of aluminum siding free.
I thought it was very generous. Sometimes the Lord moves in mysterious directions.
Mysterious directions? Let me tell you something. When I go see his boss and show him this contract, he'll be out of this business. He'll lose his home, his wife and kids will be thrown in the street. He'll probably end up in an institution.
Why did it have to be thrown out into the street?
Well, you don't think his boss is going to pick up a $4,200 job, do you?
It's a really good movie.
Interesting.
But that used to be the thing. Was like aluminum siding was the rage. People would go door to door and sell aluminum siding to people.
So I love how these two gentlemen are giving him all this information about the city's falling apart. And there's a term, it's called urban blight. and then they said, watch out for scams, and they're like, and Robert's like, you mean deceptions? And they're both kind of like, yeah, they're trying to educate him, but they're realizing that Robert's pretty educated. He understands the human condition. Now, he's not ready yet to go to the school. Like, he's going to be very shell-shocked, to use a Rocky 1 term. He's going to be shell-shocked when he goes to the school. It's going to be a lot different than his private school that he went to. But as far as understanding kind of what's happening, he's aware.
Yeah.
Yeah, there won't be any Madame DuPont at this school.
No. Matt, his teacher was hot. His English teacher was hot too, apparently. not at this Philly school coming up, no.
Hey, we're gonna be late for school. Come on. Hey, Paulie, I want to talk to the kid private, like, man to smaller man, all right? Like I got no feelings. Oh, come on, Paulie. That's how war starts. Relax. So anyway, everybody's got an angle,
Don't break, Rock.
Yeah, everybody's got a hustle, like these kids around here, they got street brains, you see? That's how they live. These kids ain't like, listen to me, they ain't like no personalities that you growed up with. So you gotta stay very, very sharp around here.
I intend to.
And then, sometimes you make me feel very stupid.
Why?
Why? Because you're smarter than me, and that's a fact.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. It's like every day you learn something new, and every day I forget something new. But hey, listen to me.
All right, so that's a good little father-son talk there. He's trying to encourage his kid. He's nervous, as a parent would be.
Sure, yeah. My kid's going to new school this year, and I'm like starting to prep her already.
Yeah. Same kind of advice. Are you telling her about hustles and scams and?
No. Actually, never mind.
Okay, fair enough. What church is this? This is the Calvary
AME, American Methodist, I think.
Is that what it is?
Episcopal.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Paulie actually looked at the billboard when he walked by to see the times when he would attend next, probably.
Sure.
We're in this thing together, so if you can figure out anyone on how to fix things up, don't be afraid to tell me, because we got to stick together, because what are we?
What?
What are we?
Home team.
Home team! You got that right. I used to go to the school when I was a kid, nice bricks.
So, I love how he says he used to go to school as a kid, and he goes, nice bricks. Does anyone remember the callback about bricks?
No, tell me.
Rocky 2, when they're house shopping, Adrian tells the realtor, my husband is an expert at brick.
Nice house. I'd say it's a nice house in general, wouldn't you? Huh? Look at these bricks, Adrian.
My husband's an expert on bricks.
Are these new bricks?
Yeah, this is a very solid neighborhood.
Yeah?
I like it. It's very
I like these bricks. They're very nicely done here. Look very solid. Nice mailbox. I like this mailbox.
Yes.
So what an interesting little callback here that he's actually commented on the school's brick layout.
He knows his stuff, right?
He knows his bricks. Why didn't he ever go to brickwork?
I don't know.
He tried working the meat plant. Why didn't he go do brickwork? Apparently he knows bricks.
Yeah, bricks.
He's an expert.
Good call, Ryan. That's good.
Yeah, thank you.
I wouldn't have pulled that one out. No, once he said it, I was like, he's correct.
Yeah, because then he walks up and says, nice bricks.
Nice bricks.
Nice bricks.
I got a flashback to that scene. It's funny, that scene as well. He kind of pulls almost the same thing. He says, Paulie, give me a second. I want to talk to this kid like big man and little man.
Yeah.
And when he's he goes, excuse me for a second. I need to talk in private with my wife.
That's right.
And he sort of like excuses the realtor from him.
That's right. I need to talk privately behind your back or something.
Oh, excuse me. Could you stand over there? I got to talk secretly with my wife. Sure. Okay? Yeah.
And Stallone, we don't get enough. This is clever dialogue. There's actually good dialogue going on here, as Stallone writes. He's going to say here, used to have good milk at lunch and everything.
Good milk at lunch and everything. It was real tough then, but I think you can handle it, don't you think?
Go ahead. You don't even know what you're talking about.
If you want here, I can go here. I'm not scared, really.
Really?
Well, I guess I'm a little scared. But that's normal, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. I had 72 fights coming up, and every one of them I was scared, so... Yeah, that's real normal.
That's good. That's good little dialogue there.
Mm-hmm. 72 fights coming up.
Yeah. Well, it shows that, even a trained fighter gets nervous before a fight. And he's about to go to school. It's like a new job, a new anything. You're the new kid. You're the new person. It's always tough.
Oh, I'd be petrified if I was Robert. I remember I had to leave Lambrick in between 9th and 10th grade, and I went to George Bonner.
Oh.
And someone got stabbed.
Up Island?
Yeah, in Cobble Hill. The year before, someone got stabbed at recess.
It was a redhead.
Yeah, we always get the short end of the stick.
Sure, yeah.
But when I started at school, the first couple of weeks, like every morning, break, lunch, after school, there was like 2 or 3 fights going on. It was like Wild Kingdom. And I was going like, what is going on here? Like Lambert, we had 1 fight that year, and that kid got expelled.
I got beat up at Lambert.
Wow, really?
Yeah. It wasn't from a kid from Lambert. He just came up and I got ganged on by like 3-4 guys, I forget.
Oh, man, I wish I was there for those things. I'm sure you wish I was there too.
Why, so you get cheered on, those guys?
No, yeah. You
I still remember because I was out by the parking lot by the annex over there and watching a teacher in the annex watching me get my clock knocked out. Yeah. Clock cleaned out.
Clock cleaned.
Yes.
Sorry, Rube.
Yeah. You remember the bully in Arbutus?
Yeah, that's a great story. Do you want me to share that story?
Yeah. It's awesome.
Well, we're talking about bullies here, but we're about to see Rob, not necessarily in this episode, but coming up soon in our show, Robert's going to get manhandled by bullies. I was in grade 10, 10th grade. Ruben was in 8th grade. This is at Arbutus Junior High. Unbeknownst to me at the time, Ruben was being bullied by a kid in grade 9. And there's about, 500 students at the school?
Yeah,
so it's a pretty decent-sized school. I didn't know everyone by face or name. So anyways, my mom, she called me into her room, and she said to me, she goes, Ryan, Ruben's being, what I just said, he's being bullied. And I'm like, what? You never told me. He goes, well, he's embarrassed. He doesn't want to say that he can't take care of this, but it's really upsetting him. It's upsetting me as his mother. She says to me, I'll never forget, she goes, I want you to take care of it. And I'm like, do you mean you want me to take care of it? Basically, you have carte blanche as far as my parenting goes to take care of this.
Yeah.
You won't be in trouble at home. See, I'm not an explosive person, but at the same time, this is my brother. I'm like, okay, I'll take care of this. So this is what we did. So I said to Ruben, I don't know who he is, even after he told me the name.
I remember that guy's face. I remember his face. Oh, I could do
So tell me where I'm wrong. But my understanding was I told you to approach him, or when he approaches you, in the hallway, because he usually was after school at the lockers.
Yeah, it was after Mr. Sherman's social studies class.
Okay.
He would be there.
He'd be there. So,
yeah.
So I said, I'll be there too, but I'll stand away about 15 feet. I want you to confront him and tell him to back off. And then we'll just go from there. I'll never forget, the guy got into Ruben's face, and Ruben pushed him. I believe you pushed him.
Yeah.
And he pushed back, and he was bigger than you.
Yeah.
That's when the red came in. I'm not an explosive, mad personality, but once I saw my brother get pushed by this guy, that's when it kicked in. So I went and grabbed, I'll never forget the sound that his head made when it smashed against the locker. The echo it rang, and the crowd of kids that gathered around. So I grabbed him with my left hand and my right, and I slammed him against the locker. His head goes back, smashes the back locker, and that metal tung sound. And I said, that's my brother. I said, if I ever see you look at him again, I'm going to pound you into the ground. And then I just threw him onto the ground. Yeah. Just threw him like a rhino. In grade 10, I was probably almost 6 feet. Like, I'm almost the same height that I am now. I sprouted early. I was a strong guy. And there was very few people bigger than me in that junior high. And I just threw him on the ground. And everyone just kind of went back. And this was back in the day when no teachers came out.
No.
No teachers came out. This was in the class hallways. No teachers came out. No phone calls were made. And I think you told me you never saw him again.
Never again. Never, ever again.
Now, I know I'm not...
It's a wonderful story.
It is a wonderful... See, in today's society, I can't tell my kids necessarily to do that. But that works. In that... When you have bullies,
you exercised your strength wisely.
Yeah.
And you practiced restraint at the same time as you went a little nutty.
Right.
And that's exactly what you have to do.
A little bit of do you want to test? We can go further, but this is sure. This is the warning shot.
Yeah. You have to do that to people.
And Ruben, like totally, I said, he never saw him again.
Totally acceptable.
Yeah. And he never called his parents. His parents never called our parents. Because back then, if this kid went to his dad and said, "Oh, this guy threw me on the ground," what did you do? They'd probably be, well, what did you do? Yeah. To get why did he throw it?
He didn't start pummeling him or anything like that. He didn't, but that was the end of him.
Yeah. So anyways, that's the bowling story. So it's
excellent story.
Thank you.
That's a really great story.
So that actually comes into play later with Robert, because he does learn. Well, spoiler alert for those who haven't seen part 5. He learns to fight back. So we'll talk about that later. But it's okay to fight back. That's my feeling.
Yeah, of course it is.
The opinions of the show don't necessarily reflect the Canadian government. That's where I work.
I'll see you later.
Okay, kid. Here's the front door.
And the front door for our listeners is an opening in the gate.
Hey, wait, what's this? What's it? Goodness gracious, where'd this come from? It's a strange place to stash your lunch money, don't you think? It's just a lunch joke, you know? Okay, listen. I'll see you later.
I love this
Daddy
line.
loves you. You're number one. Home team. Just be nice, right? You'll be okay. And don't mess with nobody's girlfriend. I don't like that around here.
That's great acting, great lines there, actually, with Robert.
Sage did
a great job in this movie. Rest in peace. Boy, it always breaks my heart seeing the father and son acting here.
Yeah. But how good that he did that with them.
Yeah, that's just they have this together.
Yeah.
But great acting there is like, hey, be nice. You should be fine. Don't go after anyone's girlfriend. They don't like that kind of thing around here. All right, so here we go, boys and girls. Here we go. This is minute 32 of the film. We are now seeing the introduction. For better, for worse, however you want to say it or think of it, Tommy Gunn, played by Tommy Morrison, real life boxer.
Real life mullet right there.
A real life mullet.
Tommy the Machine Gun was played by Tommy the Duke Morrison.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know why the Duke, right?
I never know why he was called the Duke.
I don't.
John Wayne was his related to John Wayne.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I think uncle or great uncle or second uncle, one of those two, somewhat close enough relation that he that he took the name.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah, Tommy the Machine Gun, for the sake of the movie, that's who we see here. And
great name, I believe.
Yeah.
You know what I love about this hair, Ruben? Who does this hair remind you of? One of our brothers had a haircut.
Oh, Dion.
Yeah. Every time I see this movie since 1990, I think of our oldest brother Dion, and he had hair just like.
He had a great mullet.
Hey,
speaking of greatness, you interviewed Tommy's wife.
Yeah, Tommy's
widow.
Tommy Morrison, the wife that he had when he passed away was Trisha Morrison. Yes, I've interviewed her. Yeah, and that's a great interview. I recommend listening to that one. And the controversial, I'll say it right now for our listeners, that yes, we talked about the AIDS issue. She gave her side of the story regarding that and what it was and what she feels it is and what it was in his life. I'm not going to talk about that here, and we also won't entertain any comments, and I'm telling anyone right now that anyone that comments in our section about his AIDS in a derogatory or scathing way, it will be deleted. Just so you know, because out of respect for Trisha, she's a friend of the show, and you can have your own opinions on how he passed away, but anything that's derogatory will be erased. Okay.
Be a decent human being.
Yeah, Tommy was an awesome boxer. He was. For anyone who really appreciated boxing, he was an excellent boxer.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh, yeah. Incredible left hook. Go on YouTube and look at some videos.
Boxer.
Scary man. So they actually got a great... I think they've casted perfectly an individual here to play a young up-and-comer boxer in the movie and in real life. His acting, believe it or not, isn't that bad. For a first-time acting gig, he's not an actor, he's a boxer. Mm-hmm. And I think they did a good job getting somebody who could look and feel and act like a boxer and let the acting come after. That's fine.
Well, it's interesting in this boxing saga.
Right.
This was the first time that they cast a boxer.
Yeah.
That's right.
In this movie. Like... Carl Weathers, Mr. T,
Thunderlips.
Yeah, Thunderlips. What's his face? Drago was. Why do I not remember the name of the actor?
Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren, right? But then after this movie came along, then they had Mason the Lion Dixon was played by Antoine Tarver, and then they had Andre Ward. They had Tony Bellew. They had all these guys coming in to play boxing roles.
Yeah.
As real boxers.
So it started with Rocky V. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's an awesome observation. So after Rocky V, they figured it's easier to get real people to know how to really fight, because it might be harder to train that than...
So it's easier to train acting than it is fighting, I guess, is what
that's what they found.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, Paul, I'm really worried about the kid. You know, he ain't used to living like this. He don't know the streets or nothing. And at school, I know exactly what's going to happen. Some wise guy's going to come up to him because he might get it. And he's just going to come out and try to bang him out, give him a chief shot, you know? I mean...
That's actually right. So Rocky's just saying here to Paulie, if you can't quite hear it, he's just saying that someone's going to take a cheap shot at his kid because it's Rocky's kid.
Sure.
And celebrities have this issue in real life. When their kids go to school, often they go to schools like private schools just because it's just easier.
And then it's hard for them to get a post-secondary education, so they have to bribe
That's right.
The schools there.
That's right.
Gee,
Topical.
Mr. Rob,
It is topical.
How you doing? My name's Tommy Gunn.
Yeah, how you doing? Well, with a name like that, they better be tough. Yeah, very true.
It ain't easy. Anyway, I come from Oklahoma.
Welcome.
I have an amateur's record of 45-1. And I turned pro at 18, and I had 8 fights.
When I first saw this acting part, when I saw this in the theaters, I thought, ooh, I kind of oofed back before oof was a thing about his acting. But when I'm watching it now, I actually think to myself, I think he's got this literally memorized. He knows he has a one-shot chance to kind of tell his stats to Rocky, like in a chance meeting. Like so he's just, this is my fight. These are my records. I'm from Oklahoma. I'm hungry. I want to be a fighter. So he's kind of giving his resume really quickly to Rocky to get his attention, because he's you know how celebrities are, and there's nothing wrong with this. They don't have time to entertain everyone that comes out to them. Here's a movie idea. Here's my script. Here I'm a boxer.
You have to think of the context of this movie as well, right? Like, Rocky just lost everything. I bet you Tommy was like, if you look at the background in the Rocky universe, he's about to go into Mighty Mix, and there's probably some sort of buzz about this. Rocky's moving back to Philly, and Rocky's going to go open up the gym again. And you take the context of this character, this Rube from Oklahoma, who's just trying to like box.
Easy.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying he's a Rube. I'm not saying
Rube for short. Ruban. Okay.
But
shout out to Trisha.
She's just joined.
Oh, nice. Hey, Trisha. It's totally exactly what you said. He's showing up there. He's like, this is my chance. He's down. I'm down. I got to tell him what's going on. He's probably sitting there waiting for him for how long? And he's just going through his head over and over and over again. So he just goes, bah!
Right. And then Rocky says here, you're a fighter. Yeah, I'm a fighter.
A fighter?
Yeah, I'm a fighter. And now that I'm 20, I'd just like to show you what I got. I mean, I've saved up about $400.
Mr. Robert Rocky Balboa.
Yeah. What?
Excuse me, young man. I have some business here.
What's it?
Thank you. Good to see you again, friend. How you doing?
How you doing?
My health is fine. What more could a man ask for?
Money in here. Listen.
So I love that. What else could a man ask for? Ruben, money and hair.
Money and hair.
What do you feel about that, Rube?
You know what? Yeah, I agree.
And then Rocky says here, look, I gotta go to work now.
I gotta go to work now.
What? Where? Yeah? In a sweat box? Yeah. Can't be too good for the image.
Urban Light. What are you gonna do?
Urban Light.
That's awesome. Urban Light. What are you gonna do?
That's great.
That's a great callback.
I don't think I would have picked up on that without the subtitles there.
No, the subtitles help, especially with Burt Young and his graggly, croaky voice. But that's that's a great callback to their conversation with Robert Jr.
Hey, Rocky.
What'd you say? Urban Light. It's Blight. Urban Blight.
Rob, maybe
I'd like you to consider putting on those damn gloves again. It's a hell of a payday.
Well, you know I'm officially expired.
No, you do have marquee value. You put butts in the buckets, asses in the seats. A businessman with any sort of brain don't retire when he can still pull in the bread, baby. Because only in America do we get these kind of opportunities.
So far, he's not saying anything wrong.
Yeah.
He hasn't said anything that's like dishonest, wrong. He's right. There is a marquee value with Rocky still. He still is. He's just ex-champion a few months ago. You can put butts in the seats. People want to see you. But that's kind of how they hook you in, with truce. And, but he hasn't said anything wrong yet. He hasn't been, Rocky is not being lied to right now.
No. And boy, he sure sounds like Kramer's lawyer on Seinfeld.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same. I wonder if that lawyer from Seinfeld based his character off.
Boy, it's like near identical.
It's different actors, of course, but the same type of yeah.
Same cadence.
Yeah, cadence. That's right.
Union Kane's going for the title on the 14th. Here's some tickets. Be our guests. We have a strong feeling about this one. I think he's going to take it. That's the time to challenge.
Because people love comebacks. And there's nothing in the boxing business more commercial than a long shot comeback of a down on his luck pure Snow White underdog. Now, like your Mark Twain once said, virtue has never been as respectable as money.
Who's Twain? He was a painter.
Look, the Great White Hope.
You mean Great White Dope? No, forget it.
Right,
I ain't emotionally involved.
Hey, hold it. Hold the bullshit. I know what the problem is. You think I was born yesterday? Merlin, show him the paper. Now, this is your medical report. It's not so good, but we can work around it.
Where'd you get this?
It really doesn't matter. Does it right. You agree to fight Kane in Georgia and guarantee you get licensed in any country around the world.
Guaranteed.
You can do this?
No problem.
So once Rocky got over the fact that his medical bills or medical records were exposed, I wonder if they were really in there.
That's a good call.
It's professional boxing. They got him.
You think they got him?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Boxing is known for this.
Right, I think that's what it's also showing is this is now the corruptness. Now we're starting to kind of see the corruptness. So if the first part was all true, here's tickets to the fight, Union King, he's going to win it, this is a good time to challenge, he's going to win the belt, challenge Union King for the belt, because then the belt is now not being held by anybody. The fight that's coming up is whoever wins that fight wins the belt, because he doesn't have it anymore. So Union King's going to win the belt, and they're saying we feel good about this because I think we're already supposed to think it's fixed. And so Union King's going to win. They're saying, hey, why don't you fight him? This is the chance to not fight him. Just when Rocky is told that the medical issue, we can take care of it, Adrian comes out of the pet shop, just like women can do. I love my wife, but I'll tell you something about my wife. She's a hawk. She does not miss anything. It's insane. Like, if she tells me, don't eat the food off the stove or whatever, I'll take a piece off of something somewhere, and I'll try to manage the item of food so it looks like it hasn't been picked at. She'll come back, she'll know that I've taken, or I'll literally be mid, and she'll be like not looking in the kitchen for longest moments. The moment I have it near my mouth, she looks. Like she knows, like, she catches me. So that's Adrian coming out, 30, 40 feet away in a different building. Yeah. And she
just appears.
Yes. Yeah.
I think one thing that's interesting is a little bit of the subcontext in this one is that they were just talking to Robert about scams and hustles and deceptions, right? And they're trying to teach this to Robert. And here's Rocky. He's about to get into the web of George Washington Duke's hustle.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of interesting, the subcontext, and I always picked up on that, where it was like he's trying to teach Robert, but then he's
scams and hustles, and he's like a scammed and hustled. Yeah.
That was one of the things as well, is that Mickey used to say this stuff as well about being a manager, right? Like in the very first one, he talks about management and all this other stuff, and his job is to protect Rocky and from all this stuff in the business, and you really see it later on in Creed. When Creed's there, Rocky is like 100% seasoned. He's just been through everything. It's the perfect storm for him to take Adonis under his wing, right? Mm-hmm. So it's a synthesis, right? So all these things are really cool. That's why I really love the Rocky saga so much. We keep on touching on some of these things where they kind of keep these... he keeps bringing stuff back, and it kind of comes around. But this thing, it all really builds up. It's really incredible. Like, I think it's such a great saga, but we're watching it right now, and we're talking about it. And there he is. He's about to walk into this con.
Yeah. If it wasn't for Adrian to come running out here. Trisha Morrison just mentioned here in our chat, she says, yes, boxing promoters are corrupt. The boxing world itself is corrupt. She said that Don King can alter medical records. So she comes from that background understanding that indeed... she says that Don King has done and can do such things.
What, Don King?
Don King.
The murderer?
The murderer.
The guy that steals and cheats?
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Somebody that can murder somebody can also cheat and lie, All right, here we go. See what Adrian has to say about this little meeting.
Scumbag's in the bag and worth millions. The time is hot. The deal is hot. Caliente.
We could use one more payday.
I agree.
We could use one more payday.
Oh, Mrs. Balboa just appeared. Just want Mr. Man.
So I love that line. That's great. I don't think you're very funny. I love how Adrian says it right after.
It's funny. Are you trying to talk my husband into fighting again?
Talking business now, darling. Do you like feeling hard up? Do you like reaching in your pocket and only feeling your leg? Well, do you? I didn't think so. I'm offering you your last golden opportunity to dump this loser image.
Who you talking to?
Adrian, you ain't working across...
Hey, whoa, what the hell are you two people talking about? This is a tremendous opportunity.
Opportunity for who? For you to make money, for him to be disabled? What would you do if the choices were reversed? You have to think about that. Rocky, they don't care about you.
You want to get serious? Let's get serious.
That's great acting on Richard Gan's part here. That clapping. I wonder if that... I should have... Man, if I'd watched this soon before the interview, I would have asked if that clapping was improvised. I think it was. He said that he brought a lot to the role to go nuts. I think... Does somebody say in the interview, like, he just kind of ham it up as much as you want? But I love that clapping that he does there, because when she says, oh, you had to think about that, he was being sarcastic. Adrian thought that he really was taken aback by that. He just starts clapping. Oh, that's so... He's too corrupt to care.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then here he goes. You want to get serious? Let's get serious. Here we go.
You represent the dreams of the long shots, the little people, the never wills that identify with you. And identification is the key to public success. You're a true champion, a true product of the people. Don't sell it. Sell it while there are still buyers. They ain't gonna last forever. You say you're a fighter, then fight. You say you want a champion's due, then do it, and I'll make you so much money you can swim in it. You can swim, can't you, darling? What are you saying? Come on, put it there. It's time to put some hustle behind this muscle.
He's done. He's done fighting.
I love the acting that Stallone does there, as of course,
Yeah,
as
just him
Rocky.
looking.
He's just like, he's like, man,
He's conflicted. Yeah.
this sounds good. I can do this.
It sounds awesome.
If she wasn't there, he'd be doing it.
Yep. He already turned to Paulie before she magically appeared.
Yeah.
We can use another payday.
Yeah.
He was already sold before, but now he's totally conflicted. You can see his face here. Gah! He's not happy about it not happening. But poor Adrian. I mean, she just loves her husband. End of the story.
Well, should
we all be so lucky?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is a really great scene because, I mean, think about every road she's been down with Rocky. She's had enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Rocky 4 was interesting because she said she was like, you can't win.
Right.
He went to Russia by himself. She shows up and goes, okay, I'm with you no matter what. And now she's going, it's not happening anymore. I won't do it anymore.
Yeah.
The end of the scene is kind of cool.
Before you press play there, Trisha says, I have the original script. I'll look to see if clapping was included.
Ooh. Nice. Thank you,
That's a deep cut. Thank you. That's good. Be a good find.
Thank you, Trisha. Let us know.
You a damn fool. Maybe we ought to sign Mrs. Balboa to fight Kane, huh? Looks like she's the one with the cojones in the fight.
That's how you spell cojones, eh?
Yeah.
You don't talk like that in front of my wife, you know?
There ain't no park bench, boy.
I'll get him.
Rocky, I'm really sorry. I didn't want to...
Oh, you guys want privacy now? I'll be upstairs.
Rocky, I'm sorry. But you know, it just takes one bad hit and you could be an invalid.
Well, I feel like an invalid already. Why'd you gotta come back here? You're too smart for this place here.
I got nothing to do. Gloria, I called Gloria. She said, you know, she could use some part-time help.
Yeah, but why didn't you want to do this, Adrian? Why didn't you want to go back to the same place you started from? I gotta do, but you don't gotta do it.
I wanted to be there so I could be close to you.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. You know, it's getting a little cold out here. Maybe it's okay. Maybe we better get inside, okay? I understand.
Are you all right?
What?
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. It's getting cold, okay? Yo, Adrian! Did we ever leave this place?
I don't know.
That was a really good
line.
scene.
Yeah.
I love how that scene went.
Did we ever leave this place? I don't know. I don't think they have. This is where they belong. This is where they end up. We said earlier, Ruben, that Adrian probably died here in this area between the events of Rocky 5 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
She dies here. Gets cancer.
In the neighborhood.
Gets the woman's cancer. Yeah, this is
on that bright note.
On that bright note. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Another I wouldn't say depressing episode, but boy, the things are not looking up for Rocky.
Oh, the depths of the characters and the story is just excellent.
Oh, yeah. You know what's funny? Like I was saying to Andrew before, Rube, breaking this movie down and piecemeal and talking about it, it's a much deeper, richer movie than I think people are remembering.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I'm enjoying... I've seen this movie many times, but taking it a bit at a time and actually dissecting what's happening, I'm finding it... I'm actually... reconsidering where I place this in my film franchise rating. We'll wait to see at the end. I might have to redo it.
All right. Fair enough.
Anything to say before we go, guys? Andrew, thanks for coming again.
Thank you. Thanks, Ruben.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Ruben. Thank you, Andrew.
You're welcome.
You were supposed to keep going. Like
I knew. I wasn't going to do it.
Okay. What movie is that from again? When they introduced Bob, Bill, Bob.
Airplane?
Is it Airplane? Bill, Bob, Bill, Steve.
Yeah, I think
Bob.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, anyways, okay. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody, and thanks for those who joined the live chat and who watched this video afterwards, and who will listen to us on iTunes and all your podcast apps. Whatever you listen to us on, can you leave us a review, like us, share us, tell your friends and family.
Even if it's a bad review, let us know.
Yeah, let us know why we suck.
How can we improve?
Yeah, sure. How can we, other than better equipment and better ideas, how can we improve? All right, thanks everyone.
Ding ding. Who said ding ding last time?
I said ding ding last time.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.